I just packed up damn near everything. I took his name and changed the strings on this old guitar that's seen it all and somehow survived. I'm just doing what my daddy did, living this runaway life. I'm just doing what my daddy did, running through this hand-me-down life.
In an entertainment world dominated by age, celebrityism, and image, it's hard to find a true artist. An artist is a person who has mastered their craft and dares to be original regardless of the cost. Joining me today is a musical artist and a master craftsman of his trade, Taff Simmons. Taff, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, it's good to be with you, Matt, and good to share a cup of coffee with everybody listening in.
There you go. It's a good morning for a cup of coffee, let me tell you. So Taff, in about probably about 30 seconds or less, tell me who Taff Simmons is.
Well, I can tell you, my name is Bill. The name I use, Taff Simmons, was my dad's middle name and my son's middle name. I've lost them both, and so in honor of them, I go by Taff Simmons.
Sure.
And I tell you, there's a lot more to me than just the name. I've battled a lot of demons on this road to get me to where I'm sitting here with you this morning, and I'm just blessed, and I realize that my feet are firmly on the ground. My hat fits today where it didn't years ago.
Sure.
And so if that makes sense. So I'm just a guy trying to write some songs and express a life that I've lived, and so far it's been well received.
Well, and Taff Simmons has a wonderful repertoire of music, and we'll get into that here in just a few minutes. But Taff, tell us how you got into the music business. I mean, you come by it pretty honest, didn't you? Your father was a singer-songwriter, is that right?
Yeah, he sure was a phenomenal singer-songwriter. I cut my teeth on country music, and then later, teenage years and early on, everybody was listening to 80s rock and roll, this kind of business, and I listened to it too, but I just couldn't get away from where I came from, and so when I write, it comes out like it does. I don't set myself down to write a country song or write a particular genre. It's just that's how it comes out.
Well, Taff Simmons is when I listen to Taff Simmons, the intro there was a song that you'd written, "Hand Me Down Life." Absolutely, what I think is probably one of the best songs to be recorded in many, many years. And I truly mean that "Hand Me Down Life" is an absolute classic. And tell me a little bit about how "Hand Me Down Life" came about, Taff.
Like I said, I lost my dad. It's been a couple of years ago. Tragically, I won't get into all that, but this passing of the mantle kind of thing, and not just for me. There's a lot of artists out there who grew up under similar circumstances. Mo Pitney, guys like that who just grew up under the influence of that, and it's not all glitz and glory. There's some sacrifice involved with what we do, and I was just thinking about that one day. I was talking with my sister about my predisposition to addiction. My dad passed that down to me, I believe, but my love for music and my love for writing, I got that from him, and so I picked up my pen that I stole at a bank through the drive-through, and I picked up my guitar, and that was the result of it. I'm well pleased with how that turned out as kind of a tribute to my father.
Well, you absolutely ought to be well pleased with that. That, like I said just a few minutes ago, that to me, it is probably one of the best songs that I have heard. When you sent me over the MP3 player, the MP3 of this song the other day. I mean, no kidding. I listened to it probably about 10 times over, and it really kind of solidified to me the absolute master craftsman that you are, Taff. And now you have some Texas ties, right? You're originally a Texan, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a San Antonio boy.
Yeah.
There's probably two or three things that you'll learn about me in the first 5 minutes of talking to me, and one of the first ones is I'm from Texas.
Mm-hmm. Sure, exactly. Yeah, and you're out of Missouri now, is that right?
Yeah, I live in Joplin, Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
riding the buckle of the Bible Belt right here.
Sure, absolutely. Let me ask you, how has your life kind of influenced your music? Now, obviously, every writer, every singer, every artist. I know me as a journalist, I have a writing method. What is your writing method, Taff? I mean, how do you come up with these? Because these are every song I've ever heard that you have written is absolutely master crafted. I truly mean that. And how does Taff Simmons write these songs? I mean, obviously there are songs that you just, like you said earlier, you don't sit down and write a song. You sit down and write a story, I guess. What is your writing method to that?
Well, I'm I guess what you would call an artist-driven artist. In other words, I primarily write about my own life experiences or the experiences of those really close to me, family, things like that. But not always. My brother woke me up, called me and said he had woke up, had a dream about some song lyrics, and it was called, he said, her mama didn't raise no fool, but mine did. And I said, there's a song, and so I started writing
Sure.
that. And so it just kind of depends. But typically, the wind will blow, and a memory will come over me, and I'll just start writing. It's typically that way, but not always.
Well, and I think that's. Go ahead.
No, I got a hold of me with a little hook line last night, and wanted to know if I could help him write it. And so just it kind of just depends, but typically it's my own life experiences.
Sure, and I think that's what makes you such a master craftsman at your trade, being a singer and songwriter, is the fact that you're not sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to write a love song today. I'm going to write something about real life. And Taff, who were some of your influences? I know Waylon Jennings was a big influence. Chris Christopherson, you can definitely tell in your writing style, was an influence. Yeah. Is that what you grew up listening to?
Absolutely, but first and foremost was my dad, and I can't stress that enough. My dad belonged up there with Waylon Jennings, George Jones, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. He was that good. He couldn't outrun his demons. But after my dad, it was those names I just listed. Outlaw country music. Glenn Campbell. His son Travis is a good friend of mine. I've spent a lot of time talking about his dad with him, and just those kind of guys that you would hear on the radio and hear my dad singing their music and those kind of things. But just those old traditional predecessors.
Well, now, Taff, tell me what road led you to music? I mean, you've had some struggles in your life, right? So, and you've overcome a lot. I mean, just reading your bio here, you've kind of overcome a lot, and you seem like you're very honest and use those in your writing. What was the biggest demon in Taff Simmons' life that he had to overcome to get him to where he's at today?
I would have to say drug addiction. I spent a lot of years trying to outrun an addiction to methamphetamine, alcoholism, those kind of things like that. In and out of jail all the time, and I really just got sick of that. And God has operated a lot in my life, and still is. And so it's the same story as a lot of people who have different talents who finally are able to come to grips with that and go out and build a house or open up a donut shop that was always their dream to do. But I was able to just finally get some years between me and the last time that I've gotten high in any way, shape, or form and settled down to doing what what was in me. It was
Sure.
just to write music.
How did you kind of kick the habit there, Taff?
I wanted to for a long time before I was able to do it, and of course, I was picked up, thrown in jail, and spent enough time in there to where I could get the ability to make a right decision again. And my family has been phenomenal in helping me. Of course, God has been he's blessed me.
Well, I see that on your social media pages and stuff, Taff. I follow you on my personal page. I obviously follow you on your professional page, and first and foremost, I'm a huge fan. But I do see that you are very family oriented. I mean, it seems like there's been a lot, obviously, with the drug addiction and stuff. There has to be some reconciliation there with your family, and I want to commend you by just from what I know of you, coming out to being such an impressive, not just artist and craftsman, but just a genuine person. Seemed like you made a lot of steps to be the father and to be the person that you should be. So has that taken a lot of work for you?
I put in a lot of work, and again, I can't. I didn't do all that myself. I made myself available for those who were willing to help me. Where it wasn't that way before, I was just off everybody's radar. I just ran for a long time, and I just got where I couldn't do that anymore.
Sure. Taff, what's your favorite song you've written? What would you say it is?
I don't know. It just depends on which one I'm singing at the time. I guess they all mean so much to me. There's a song called "Face Down" that I wrote, and I wrote that after my brother had committed suicide, and it's a really, really powerful song, and it talks about what there might be and what I believe to be on the other side of this life. And so I would have to say probably "Face Down." It's got some a real heavy spiritual message to it, and it's a really powerful song. And it's still even hard for me to listen to that with the backstory and not get misty-eyed.
Sure. Taff, we have about 1 minute remaining here. And tell the folks, where are you touring now? Are you touring, or are you just doing studio work? What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm both. I'm Cat Williams, my manager. Love that girl. Things really wouldn't be where they are today without her, but she's putting that tour together. I'm auditioning some bands and or going to stick piece one together. But at the same time, I'm in the studio starting this second album. So a lot of things are going on behind the scenes. I'm surrounded by some great people, but Cat really takes the lead on that, and she's great. So
absolutely,
I'll let you know when we're ready to kick that off, and hopefully it'll be well received.
Absolutely, and you can find links to Taff's music and to his management on our social media page here. We'll link that up as well. Taff, thanks for joining us this morning. Spending a little bit of time here on Hill Country Crossroads discussing who Taff Simmons is and the music. And we'll post a link to your Facebook page and to your iTunes where folks can download some of your music. Taff, I really appreciate you joining us this morning.
Matt, I appreciate you having me on, and thanks everybody for listening in. Everybody have a great day.
And Taff Simmons is an absolute master craftsman. If you haven't had a chance to listen to his music, go to iTunes today, download some of his music. This episode of Hill Country Crossroads has been brought to you by M&M Business Solutions, Food Managers Training Headquarters, and Chef Marcy Morgan. She's a personal friend and absolutely thinks she's a wonderful chef, a wonderful food trainer. You can reach her at area code 817-291-6000, MNMBizSolutions.com. Taff Simmons, thanks for joining us here this morning on Hill Country Crossroads. And if you'd like to know more about the Hill Country Tribune, visit our Facebook page, and we'll leave you with Jackie Boy, another absolute fantastic song by the artist and master craftsman Taff Simmons.
Jackie Boy got about a 2-block lead, come through the back door like there ain't nothing wrong. Jackie Boy dragging about a half a dog, 'cause he's a bad dog, full of bad intentions. Some I can name, some I can't mention. He's a bad dog through and through.
Hill Country Tribune. This is a project of the Hill Country Tribune Media Source.